Hi there, and welcome to another exciting session of training provided by Quicksoft. In this chapter, we're going to cover another interesting topic, which is SmartView function. We have covered SmartView in detail in earlier chapters. Now we want to go into some advanced feature which is available in SmartView, which helps you define SmartView reports easily and also retrieve data from the system easily. One of that important function is called Hsgetvalue. Okay, so let's start. Now what does HsgetValue does? It's a useful function to retrieve data based on the parameters. As you know, when we build SmartView, we go to a cell, we select particular values for that particular different members for which we want to retrieve the values. And but with the help of SmartView, we can actually use a function, and in the function we pass those parameters. You're going to see that shortly how it works. It basically helps you building a custom reports using SmartView, because when you're building a very specific report where you want to, for a particular line, you want to pull particular value of an account or certain chart of account dimension, and you want to show the value for that, this is where HsgetValue becomes very useful. And because we are using a function and passing the values inside the function, while defining the report, it's very quick to define that kind of report, because you will see that shortly. Because when you define the report, you can just copy paste formula from one line to other line and just quickly change the dimension which you want to change, and that line is ready. Yeah, it's very similar to what you define manually in SmartView, step by step, picking each dimension. But for that, you need to pick for each line, each dimension, and or set the point of view. Here you don't have to set anything, just put everything in that one formula and then start running the report quickly. Okay, and once you define this, it's very easy to change the report definition as well. There are multiple ways to define this report using Hsgetvalue. One is defining the things embedded in the particular formula itself. Alternate could be I'm using a reference cell where I'm putting those dimension, and the HsgetValue, instead of hard code value in the formula, it's reading the values from there to define the report. Yeah, and it's very easy to use the reference cell, and then from reference cell you make some change, your report gets changed automatically. Okay, so now let's see all this happening in action in SmartView. Okay, so now we are going to build a report here. So I go to panel, this is my connection. Okay, so I can start building a report now. I'll give some heading. Once I'm connected to the connection, I can give heading first report built for HsgetValue. Just to give an idea, right? It's so you can understand. I'm just building a custom report using SmartView. So I can use Excel formatting options. Okay, then I can just set what I want in row and what I want in the value. I can set that here. Okay, let me make it bold. Now account, you can give anything as per your accounting requirement, right? So I can say one line 1 for retrieving balances. Yeah, and then I can here, instead of previously I used to go to POV and all those things, right? Now we're going to do another way, which is I go to SmartView and I choose functions, build function, and there are so many functions shown here. Many are not applicable for ERP because this is a common tool SmartView. More are applicable for EPM modules where you set value and all those, where you set the value using planning and budgeting tool or FCCS. Here we're only going to focus on HsgetValue. I choose the function. It asks me connection information. It shows you the latest connected connection, and then member list. Yeah, so member list, it shows you can choose. This one is if you're picking from reference cell, which we'll look at later. For a start, we'll just go member list. We go here and we will pick the values one by one. For accounting period, I want October 23. I just pick all the values from here. For ledger, I choose QSSG. Company, I choose 3777, which is Singapore. Okay, company set. Then I choose line of business, line number 10. Account, I know the balances are in this account 7 This account has balances, so I can just want to show you that. I choose the account, cost center 110, product 00. I have to fill all the necessary because it has to fetch balances from the cube. So all necessary dimension must be filled, which in a cube you have to fill all those dimensions so that you can fetch the values. Scenario, balance amount, I want period activity, amount type I choose base, currency I want SGD. Okay, currency type I choose total. Okay, my definition is done. I can check if I want to. I should validate to make sure no errors. Perfect. I can say okay. The moment I say this one, you will see something called a need refresh. Because balance will be refreshed only when I click on refresh button. Yeah, this is the balance I posted in this particular account. Yeah. Now let's say I build more lines. I build line 2. I build line 3. Just want to show you how easy it is to build a report like this. I build line 4. And the values for the member can be parent or a child. But only key thing is that you cannot have multiple values here. You can only have one value. Yeah. Okay. Now I want different line of business values into this one. So what I will do is I will just copy same value, same function copied. See, all the values are copied. I can go here and go to function, build function, and here I can just choose the value here for the line of business. And change it to 20. Yeah, and then here I will change it to different values. Okay. See how easy it is to build a report using Hsgetvalue. You can just quickly select what values you want and present the report the way you want the report to be presented. I look at the last one now. Build function. And then I will select the value for the last line of business also. This is useful when you're making some fixed kind of report, right? Which many report, as you know, in real life, many reports are specific, which needs to be built. So I just now click on refresh. These are different values in these accounts, yeah, which are coming from there automatically. Now let's see a variation of the same. Let's say I create a parameter sheet. I create this one, I call it parameters. And here I say line of business. And I say 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. Yeah. Now I want the report sheet to read this data. How we can do that? So I come here in my build function. I go here. And here I have to make this structure exactly like this. So what do we do for this one? So we come here, we remove the value, just leave this information here. And then we say I want this one, this time reference cell. And then I go to cell and say cell and say OK. Yeah. Now I can validate. And I say OK. When I refresh, end result will be same. Now what cell I've given? If you look at build function, I've given cell number A3. A3 is what? A3 is 20. So that's a balance in cell 20. But now if I can just use that and change values. Let's see what's how the formula gets copied. I want to change it to A2. I can change it to A. If it is all in A, right, I can say $A2. That means everything A. Then change this. This is all Excel, right? You guys all are familiar with this. So need refresh. 2, 3, 4, 5. I refresh. My values are same. So what's the difference? So instead of hard coding, right, I could have chosen a different period. Let's say I have a period here. I can put all the necessary dimension, accounting period. I can put let's say what's the definition here available, accounting for October 23. I can put that here, and now I can reference this cell in my definition. I go to my function, build function, and then for accounting period I come here and I reference the cell and go here and say this is the cell. Say okay. I refresh. Values of now this is picking the accounting period from the parameter. I can set for others also. Now other cells, I don't want this cell to move, so I can say $B $2. So this is a fixed cell. Now when I move, now it will refresh the value based on the definition there. Why I'm doing this? Because once I build a nice report, right, I don't want to go and touch this report parameter again and again. I just want a sheet where I just change it here. And once I change it here, I don't need to touch the report. Report should look at it automatically and fetch the data. This makes it very easy to build a report, and you can present the report the way you want. For example, this could be line coming for September period. Next, I can put October period. The way we build a SmartView, but here we are making more of a custom build report, not following the what is given in SmartView hierarchies and all that, but picking and choosing what I need to pick as per my report requirement. Another thing which you need to take note of is if you, let's say, define a function and you don't define it correctly, what happens? Let me just intentionally remove one bracket here. I remove something from here which gives an error. Then I validate. If you validate, it will not work because there's an error in the function. So you have to fix the error. Let's say I just want to make it wrong. It won't let you go move from here. So we need to fix this formula. Now when you validate, success with error. Without this, if you do, then your formula will not fetch any data because there's a problem with the definition. Okay, you can refresh. All okay. Yeah. So this is a way of using which you can define your custom report and using power of Hsgetvalue formula to build your report quickly and accurately based on the parameter which you define in the system as well. It can be static report, you can do that, or you can parameterize it as required. In this chapter, you have learned how to use Hsgetvalue function in SmartView. This is a very handy function and can be very useful in quickly building this report. Once you get hang of this formula, then you know when you go to SmartView how quickly you can copy paste a formula and change the necessary value where required and build your report very quickly. Yeah, so this will make your report generation process much easier and quickly compared to normal like SmartView if you use. And you can use it in various ways for while building report, and you can parameterize it or you can make it a fixed report depending upon the need which you have. So I hope with this knowledge of this function, you will be able to build your SmartView reports quickly and efficiently, and then use the power of SmartView along with function to meet your business requirement. Thank you very much for your time and attention, and happy learning.